bunch of them.
It's
like
actually clock mid, right?
Yeah, it might be Clockwerk mid. And
nice.
you also have like another way of stopping the black hole if he doesn't cast the black hole on top of himself. Like you need to find, depends how that's gonna go, but having a BKB piercing ability, maybe go from the behind. I still feel like this Void Spirit can be played in the mid lane. Like he's not afraid of any of these heroes. Like you don't care about Clockwerk. Like you have so much. And in the first, I don't know, 10 minutes, I don't think you should die.
See, so it did happen, guys. Tundra did pick a cool hero.
That's true. Yeah, it could be the Clockwerk in the mid. It could be the Rubik in the mid.
I feel like it's more Clock in the mid now, just because also like Monkey King core, the rocket's there to find him, the setup, the fact that your timings are going to be super nice. Your Rubik doesn't need to be mid to have a good game. Like I think everyone's going to be pretty content with this. Again, the 20-minute timing of Tundra is what I'm focusing on, and their ability to group up. OG, if they don't come ahead in the lanes, I am still worried about their ability to perfectly execute the black hole with the Macropie and everything. And
they go for a sturdy Mars.
No, it's the Amar Mars coming in at the very last pick. Often it's first picked off ban when he first joined the competitive scene, but no, I like this. This is like the counter-aggressive hero to at least help them with some of the earlier fights. I still worry a bit for OG that if they don't have the perfect placement of their spells, Tundra will be able to run around them with the BKBs and stuff. So, yeah.
Definitely gonna be a fun game to watch. Yeah. Like Nine always finds a way to play different heroes, something that is gonna be like very entertaining. And Clockwerk is that hero. Like he got a buff, not so much in the lane against the Void Spirit because of the dissimulate, so he can get out of the cogs, but the battery assault dealing 2 times damage to creeps. So
amazing.
Like even if you catch someone inside with a creep or 2, like you can still be able to get a kill from it. We're talking about the later stages. I kind of like what the OGs have. Like they have a lot of team fight, a lot of circles that they can throw. They have 2 abilities that can cut down Monkey King's tree, so that's gonna be, you know, they gotta be careful with it. Midnight Pulse and also Arena, so they could potentially grief their core. And yeah, people want to see that.
Yeah, well, what I want to see, because we saw Saxa pop off on the Doom previous game, right? He can definitely do that on the Rubik this game.
Where we get to see the black hole counterplay where Rubik hits at least 2 people, so that's exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is going to be exciting stuff. That is what I hear from my panel. Indeed, here for the second game of OG versus Tundra, we are going to ODPix.
Game 2 ready to go, OG and Tundra. There's some similarities in the drafts, but there was some twists towards the end. Of course, Tundra bringing out the 9 mid Clockwerk. It's going to be very, very fun to see. And as for OG, a bit sort of back to the good stuff, right? You know, this is what you expect. BZM back on his Void Spirit in the mid. And maybe actually not what you would expect in terms of what they're able to get as their last pick, because obviously in the past, Amar normally had a whole repertoire of heroes banned out. They're actually able to get the last pick Mars from this game.
Yeah, has gotten nerfed also into a pretty tough matchup, since he is going to be very likely versus the Razor, and the IO could be very difficult. Sure, he can play and offset some of it if he hits the spear to stop the links, but the lane should, in theory, be pretty difficult for him. But it's comfort, right? I think OG has gone all the way back to comfort rather than doing some quirky stuff with the Void Spirit as the 4th position. And yeah, Tundra, the Clockwerk mid, something that I feel like a lot of people in theory crafting, especially versus Spirit heroes, because versus most melees as well, nobody can trade with you. This damage is insane. You clear the creep wave really quickly too, so eyes on mid lane, at least for me. The last pick also with the Mars, I feel like they wanted to have a solution to the Lycan. I think last game just started to get out of control because 33 could do whatever the hell he really pleased. Like he didn't have this like one hero where it's like, oh my god, I'm really scared actually as Lycan. So now there's the Mars. You know, he drops the ult down, Lycan's gonna be trapped inside of it for everything else to hit him. So I think that's the solution that OG was trying to stop, this constant aggression that 33 places with his micro heroes.
Yeah, and I think overall as well, as the panel says, you know, when you consider how well Saxa was playing last game, sort of Rubik and these sort of conditions, the heroes that he's up against, he's got the potential to have quite a showstopper here.
Yeah. And of course, we're going to point out, they did it. I didn't point it out last game, but I'm going to point out this one because it's something that Tundra does now every game. The headdresses, right? Double support headdresses. They're doing that instead of buying the extra. Right? Yeah, instead of buying the extra regen, that's just what they're doing every single time. One of them was the IO still, so it's that one always makes sense. But even on the Rubiks, they're always doing it. So while you look at the side of OG, yeah, it's all about the branches still.
Yeah, again, they're gonna have good means to do it here, especially 33 takes some points. The Feral Impulse, that a Headdress Aura, he's good.
Little, pretty significant buff, at least for core Clockwerk. And we see bottom, they actually get the cut. They get the creep cut pulled behind the tower. So a whole wave is going to be denied on actually both sides. So both sides doing a good job of meeting each other in a way to be able to deny those waves off. Soxa will be able to at least soak some of this, so it doesn't lose that entire wave.
I mean, out of these two duos on this bottom lane, is there a side that would actually kind of prefer for the waves to meet so they can fight? You know, who's stronger in the 2v2 when the creeps meet?
It's usually going to be the Monkey King versus that melee versus the Lycan. That's what they went for it this time. I think that was the other thing on top too. It's like the Weaver, it looked in theory like such a good Weaver game, but they couldn't actually stop 33, so now Monkey King is that extra element to be able to stop him. Did we see that? Big battery assault damage, immediately clearing the creep waves.
Yeah, easy CS with that one, don't you? With that double damage to creeps, you just head back and all the creeps end up going your way.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're manipulating creeps a lot, bottom. That's why like, Tundra is the one who's trying to manipulate. They don't want it to just be met in this normal kind of lane matchup, so they're just trying to keep moving things around a lot. And top, as we didn't really touch on too much, but top is gonna. I think top is the one that's a little bit more boring.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough one for OG.
He's in trouble there.
He might just die.
Yep, there we, ladies and gentlemen, 9.
Clockwerk in.
Mid-clock, first blood against BZM. Even BZM offering him up a tip for that one because, yeah, 9. A very, very nice solo kill to get against a Void Spirit.
Yeah, you get the water rune, but you die for it. I don't know if the BZM was actually even able to use his water rune to be able to maybe potentially heal him up to go.
Oh, but did he have it in the bottle?
He did.
He could have maybe lit them, couldn't he?
That's what I thought too, but I guess...
Maybe get the replay on that.
I think he got pushed. I think the cog push killed him and didn't let him use it, right?
In anticipation of that cog damage, you could have got it off before, but...
A bit of a mistake.
Unfortunately for BZM, cost him his life.
And BZM also now getting caught into the tower.
This time he's got pointed similar, like... He didn't have it earlier, but he does...
Radiant's courier.
Over-leveled Clockwerk is one of the scariest things in Dota, though. If you get level 6 early, everyone is free food for you in the entire game.
Yep.
That's why we used to see this picked a very long time ago in the past. And 9 is getting aggressive again.
He knows to simulate some cooldown, right? How long?
It's back up.
Okay, it's back up now.
Radiant's courier.
Nice back in top.
Okay, I mean, he wants to fight back. Remnant's not going to catch, though. Didn't quite get the angle.
That could have potentially got him a kill if he does connect that one there. So slightly off the mark. Rune's going to be spawning.
That should help. It doesn't look like we're going to get any extra. Are we going to get some movements over towards
Tundra's going to get the bottom one also.
Yeah, Sactor's going to make sure the BZM can't get the refuel.
Oh, they're really trying to put the pressure onto BZM this game.
Top lane, though, Tiger. Okay. Fine snaking.
Let's just get him there with actually, just with the Malphus and the Eidolons. I think a Rebuke also to slow. Maybe the Rebuke actually stopped the tether. I didn't get to see up top because it was on cooldown as well. I just keep getting... I'm looking at mid. It's like no cooldown. So he's just definitely going.
BZM just taking so much damage each time that and steps up and trades with him.
BZM?
It's got to be... I mean, look, we've got to watch that XP because, what, 9? Yeah, a few creeps away from the level 6. Once he has that, BZM can't go for any more of these risky plays where he's living on the edge.
No, definitely not. He actually has to go back to base. So it's going to be a very over-leveled Clockwerk with a level advantage versus the Void Spirit too. And Clockwerk, one of the best heroes to rotate around the map versus these squishier melees on the side lanes.
Oh yeah, these side lanes will die.
Oh yeah. Let's see what happened up here. I think something stopped the tether, right? Let me see. Or does he just actually... Oh yeah, he just dies. Well, he was attempting to stop it with the Rebuke, but...
There we go. 6 on Clockwerk and 9 immediately. He's looking elsewhere out of the lane, but potentially. He's going to get the refuel with the bottle and a movement straight to top. But it has been indicated by BZM.
Yeah.
BZM letting the team know that 9's on his way over. So OG should be careful.
Ooh,
and indeed,
nice little scout.
he'll move with the Eidolon. Yeah, did that move him actually?
It didn't look. It did
It looked like it was kind of just on the edge.
Oh, was he just? It did see him. Yeah.
It did see him.
Radiant are
Okay, just on the edge of the vision.
Got him, Misha.
Radiant's courier has
some
been
pressure.
killed.
Be able to snipe the courier. So that's the boots gone for Yuragi. Up that rock.
rocket.
Coming in globally.
That little extra damage.
And get the wolves in. And the wolves, one more hit, should be able to do it. They're able to hold back one of them with a boundless strike, but Misha, he's been surrounded, and the wolf will take him down. Saxa, he's going to offer the TP out, and he is away in time. Saxa able to live.
2K gold lead already from these early moves. 9. Even pushing him away with the hook shot to guarantee the rune. Tundra really on point this early game.
2K lead already, 6 minutes in.
A lot of that coming out of the mid lane. 800 gold advantage over his counterpart. Amar's still doing decent, I would say, in the top lane since he is versus a Razor. He's gone for the triple bracer build this time around just to be able to sustain through it. Sure, he's behind, but it's to be expected when he's playing versus this lane.
Are you a 2 bracer or 3 bracer kind of guy?
I'm a noob. So, no, I mean, I'm a 2 bracer soul ring usually, but if he feels it's a better situation when he goes for something like this to tank up, he's definitely right. Amar on this hero is very comfortable. Attack is going to start jungling a little bit, so they know that they can't actually apply any pressure onto this Razor anymore. And Snaking will start getting some pulls. So Tundra start to get some maximizing.
So your 9's going to rush the Orchid.
Okay, so the Ice 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 build from the off lane from the mid lane, which is excellent this game versus Enigma versus Void Spirit. He's going to always get the connection too, so it does make sense if he does opt to go for that build. Lets him scale really nicely too in the later stages.
Twice the took.
It's going to be a very farmed Clockwerk.
It really is.
That hook shot up. Now be careful on the side lanes, OG. Yep. They get too close to the tower, 9's going to be TPing in and ready to fight.
And really important to point out that the Lycan is the head of the Monkey King. Like, usually that's the reason that they went for this Monkey King Jakiro was actually to be able to apply some pressure and slow 33 down. 33 actually gets his Almadometer faster than average somehow.
I mean, as you said, one of those games, one of those lanes that, you know, if you want to look at how it's done, just look back at the replay of how they laned this. They manipulated the creeps because they set it up in a way, indeed, that OG just wasn't able to use that strength against them.
Absolutely. And now is feeling free to roam around the lanes because 33 Pride tells him I can just start doing exactly this with my creeps. So you can just keep helping mid, keep securing 9 these runes.
9's on his way. Well, it's hovering around towards, of course, this is seen by the ward, so OG very well aware of where 9 maybe looking towards going.
And OG's still getting good farm out of these set lanes.
Gonna try and take down 33. He's gonna be able to get the ult off, and with that off, there's nothing else to control him. So he's fine.
He actually took control of a melee creep right before the Centaur died, so they got no gold.
And he just turns and takes down Misha. He's just able to get back in, get the kill. Shiragi's got to be careful because there is a hook shot available.
The tree cut.
And they saw him. You know, the wolf in position there in the trees, 33, and the micro spotting out Yuragi, jumping across the field. He's going to try for the TP out, but they're going to clean out an angle for 9 to get him with the hook shot, but a stop to the escape. That's going to be Yuragi going down. Damn it.
I mean, 33 is just it's always a spectacle to watch on his micro heroes. Like, literally, they're going to kill the Centaur creep. He dominates a melee creep next to it, so they don't even get gold for committing to kill this Helmet Dominator creep. And he turns and gets a double kill. Potentially now going to get pressure on tower. They use the illusions to get some damage onto it. 3K lead. Razor free farm.
Very much coming into this second game with the same sort of ferociousness that they were playing with in that second half of game 1. It's just continuing here for Tundra.
Saxa could be in trouble though. BZM might just be able
He's going to get some out. 9 is around and they're scared.
Uh-oh. Nisha.
What they can do to help him? Not a lot. Remnant's going to be dropped down, but already Nisha's trapped in the cogs, and 9, he's on a killing spree.
Mid Clockwerk coming to a pub near you.
And honestly, I wouldn't even be mad. It's looking great. You know,
It
your
is.
9's made it look amazing, but I think that's also comboed with the fact that this hero, at the moment, with the new battery, so clearing out creeps the way it does, it's a great spot to play the hero.
When you're playing versus melee heroes, this is what it used to be a long time ago in the past. As I mentioned, this is something people did theory craft. It's even better now.
Top tower is under attack.
Taking.
If they're going to save him, they can. Now get him away from the eye. Lots.
Fade bolt damage reduction, maybe even saving him as well too. Little things.
A little bit off the mark there with a hook shot. Tries to throw it out to see if he can get a catch on Tiger. Not this time round. Tiger's going to be fine.
This is going to be a very early Orchid. He's already got 2 components.
Look at the lift up. BZM's still got an Astral Step and a Dissimulate, so should be able to get away, and of course, 9. Hookshot's still on cooldown.
They are speedy.
Radiant's courier has been
They are still chasing. Battery Salt's back up.
He's back in. He wants to kill
Radiant's
Snake
middle
King.
tower is under
Got
attack.
to Dissimulate, and they'll get the job done. They get the kill. With Tiger by his side, BZM's got enough backup that 9 can't just run straight back in towards
Radiant's
him.
middle tower is under attack.
And meanwhile, what's going on? Yeah, Misha dying on
That's a wall.
tower there. Yeah, 33 again with a persistent micro of his balls, making sure that no support feels safe out on the map.
And now they're, after getting bottom tower, immediately swing to mid. Just continue to apply pressure.
Radiant's middle tower has
Fronts,
fallen.
11 minutes, both top.
Dyer's
Means it
bottom
works.
tower is under attack.
Now Skeeter goes bottom, since top feels a little bit unsafe, and he's going to be able to continue following his very early BK. I mean,
That's the thing, right? You know, last game, Cedar very much to recover. This time round, he's not going to have to do that
Yeah.
because the start 3 cores from Tundra at the top of the net worth, and considerable amount.
It is.
Everybody about 1k gold each above their counterpart just 11 minutes in.
and they've 9 of the bounty runes, just controlling the map perfectly, so that's why you see the gold lead being that far ahead already. And also, something he doesn't do too often, he's going to Battle Fury. He's actually one of the players at the Major who is doing the Echo Saber fighty build. He wants to go for some more group vertical. Might not
Dyer's top
get to
tower
that point
is
with
under
the they
attack.
are playing right now.
It's a different approach against Tundra, and that I feel we've seen teams try many times before and normally failing. You know, Tundra, they are the that will run you over if you've got a carry that needs time on one of the Battle Fury route. It's not going to be
Dyer's
easy for
top
OG.
tower is under attack.
Definitely not.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Sunset knows he can poke up here because he has the Dissimulate built to protect himself. Actually going to stall out a bit. He's going to stall out the entire tower push. It just won't fade. Now OG, with 4 heroes up here, getting completely out-farmed. Look, Tundra just farming the map. 33 is about to have Helm of Overlord done.
Radiant's middle
200 more
tower
gold.
is under attack.
And then you've got a big Ancient chasing you already. So early on in the game. That's scary for them to commit.
Dyer's
Like, they
top
can't commit
tower
onto
is
Sox. He
under
just assimilates and gets out. And they keep seeing the rockets flying over too, so maybe expecting 9 close to the area, the max rocket flare. And I think that's the Orchid done, right? He does have it finished. So now, BZM, in most of these situations where he gets caught, he'll just die solo to the Clockwerk if he doesn't have backup.
And are we going to see anyone anywhere close to having something to save him? I guess the first thing will be the Force staff.
It's
from,
so far
Misha,
away.
but
Scanning.
yeah, it's not coming soon. So not really any counterplay
Dyer's top tower
to
is
the
under
silence
attack.
of the Orchid that 9's going to be thrown in.
Sox has bought, what, 2 minutes up here at least, just stalling the tower push with Fade Bolts. And now mid.
Dyer's top
Hello.
tower is
And here we
falling.
go for the Orchid.
They didn't even need it.
Did we get anything more here? Tether to the side. Snake King's actually going to get out alive.
Oh boy.
Very nice Orchid reveal there from 9. As just goes to show, the game ain't going to be easy now with this Orchid clock in play.
No,
Not
and
at all, not for BZM.
And BZM actually expects there to be a ward in the area. He tells his supports, they put on 2 sentries, there's no ward. This was, I think, just a rocket flare to scout over and catches him. 6k lead.
Radiant's bottom
Not
tower
slowing
is
down at
under
all.
attack.
BKB's done.
Oh, Arcane Rune for 9.
Oh boy. It feels like they need a Mar to get. I mean, I don't even know if he can go for the blink this game on the Mars, because I think if he blinks in, he just
Radiant
dies immediately.
structures are
So
fortified.
he looks like he wants to go for BKB, but I don't know if they're gonna have the time for all this greed that's coming out. 33 already pressuring tier 2s.
I mean, these two with an Orchid and with an Arcane Rune, they should have the round of spells.
It's a
Take
great
down
one.
Amar. He can't get out of this.
A little advice. Stay
True
dead.
killer 9.
And it's off.
We'll see him going for the BKB now. We'll see if he commits for that. I feel like, you know, with the way things are going and the way he's playing, he may even get away with not going for BKB next. So
I think he
if that
should.
temptation's there for 9, but
I think it's the same.
Radiant's
Play
bottom
because they
tower
can just
is
throw
under
everything to him. If he does get caught in something like a Mars ult and he gets a Jakiro and all the spells, I think this is
I
the
guess they do have catch, yeah.
yeah, this is the right call. This is the safe, professional call. As Glyph is still on cooldown, so 9, he ports bottom. They know this tower is low. They want to emphasize on going for it.
Hookshot and an Orchid will kill BZM.
It really will.
So if BZM gets caught, he's definitely dead. So we'll see how carefully he plays it. Hiding in the trees for now.
Shows himself for 1 second.
As soon as he shows 9, immediate Orchid. They're in on top of him. They keep him locked down. He's gone.
I mean, it really is such good game understanding right now from Tundra. They know this tower's low. They want to go for it. They know that somebody's going to try to defend it, and it's the best here on the big.
They're trying to get something in the mid lane here, Amar and Tiger. But with the BKB pop for Steeler, he's just ready to run down Amar. And Amar's gone.
Tiger too.
Also very likely to be dead here. It's a 10 lead, 15 minutes in, 11-2.
They're going to get high ground knocked on.
Keep this up and take a Rex or something. This may be one of those games where we could see an early GG.
It's starting to feel a little bit like that, it's got to be honest. I think this Rax might actually just go down here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 3, 16 minutes, it's gone.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Any chance to the defense from OG, we'll see.
They're going to try. They lay down the macro. Snaking, he's got the mech.
Trying for a bit of a jump on tonight.
They played careful.
Range Baxter, look to the melee. OG will be able to clear out the push here. They'll go with the arena, but there's not really any flow from Amar.
Rax is dead.
It's gone.
He denies it. There you go.
Has fallen.
Museum denies a little bit of money toward their way.
16 minutes in, Barrack's gone.
12k lead, this one is out ahead.
And also they found Yuragi 9.
What a menace.
It was so close to the Battle Fury as well. Sends him back another couple of hundred gold there, that death.
This one's feeling pretty. They're trapped in their base. It's 17 minutes, Owen. They call it.
I told you it felt like that. It felt like we were going to have an early one. We are just sort of out of the blue, but completely understandable. This game was over. It really was. 17 minutes. This was the biggest stop we've had in Dpc right this tour.
I think so, yeah.
We may have had another one, but this one, honestly, Tundra, and for Tundra to do it against OG.